here, with it being a little bit more with what we understand to work. Guinevere E would be able to win this. Is it Virtus.pro Twisted Minds? I'm going to hand you off now to Nice and Leo.
Here we go, and welcome to the second match here for Stream B. Once again, there's two streams going on simultaneously right now, so you guys are joining us here for this one. It's game one of this best of three. We'll find out who moves forward. This is an interesting draft, to say the least, just because, you know, the
full mechanical matchup in mid. Okay, let me play devil's advocate. You and Renmar were a little more skeptical. I just mentioned the facts about Kagura. What if there's a reason why Sa picked this up? What if this is something that, you know, they've been practicing for months now?
That's what I'm saying. It could just be one of those picks, right? One of those comfort or a Sa thing. Yeah, it's like maybe this is her favorite hero. Like, this is one of those comfort picks, incredibly in her favor. But also, not only that, I just think maybe you're just playing around the fact that even the Matilda does enough poke now. You know, I mean, even better now, and you can set things up, whether that's with the burst that comes with the Kagura, or utilizing that circling eagle to set things up for your team.
That and Twisted Minds, their lineups look so tightly packed. You know, when you look at something and I like the way that's built.
Yeah.
I like when you put all of these together, especially with Chincha on the carry. Like, that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, Chincha, she's going to be able to shred through that tanky front line that we're going to see here from Virtus.pro. Again, the play here, this is what we were talking about. I guess we're seeing a preview of that in the gold lane. And they're going to poke back and forth. Turtle will be up here in a second. And so Twisted has control of this area. Daisy, level 4 on her Lapu Lapu. Still trying to get there for the Guinevere over here for Virtus.pro. Minun's going to go ahead and charge in, but they might be a little bit off for this fight here.
Okay, in comes Miss Meow Daisy with the bravest fighter, the flicker to re-engage, finds Livin. First blood drawn by Twisted Minds, and Meylane, despite the heavy spin, gets the turtle. Free kill and major objective. Sa with the flicker forward, pushing deep enough to threaten Grand Theft Orange. Twisted Minds just a second away from being called guilty. Rafa backs off. Meylane wants it. Meylane's gonna take it.
Meylane just got a whole lot. And this is, I don't know, maybe this is one of the things. You are a threat enough in the Barretts, even if you don't get any kills, but just roaming around, being that threat of I've got a Daytona's welcome, I've got the Matilda with me. I have pretty good damage too. I think that's the surprising factor with the Barretts, is you've got a good enough damage in your kit early game that you can be a threat with the rest of the team, right?
Look at that little moment. Chincha just laughs it off. Did not expect to see Minun come out of that wire brush and yoink the crab away from her. That's priceless.
Yeah. Hey,
whoa!
Man. Whoa!
Oh, close.
All right, Daisy's fine. This is what I was expecting, Leo. Like a bit of a slower paced game, just for the sense of the compositions on both sides. But look what's happened here. Twisted has pretty much built up, you know, 1K lead off of a turtle and a kill. Yep.
This is up to the MO of how Meylane wants to play. Sure, you're looking at Chincha as the main core, but the first 8 to 9 minutes, it's on Meylane.
Yeah.
This is her version of her aggressive self. In this new Twisted Mind VN shell.
I think I'm okay with it too. You know, this Barrett's coming back into, I wouldn't say the forefront of the meta just yet, but like it's popped up now a few times. We'll see if that's still going to be the case, but it's more so I feel like it's one of those things where it's just paired up with a Matilda. And a Sky Piercer for some.
Yeah, and that, and I could be mistaken. I will see it as soon as the item check comes up, but Meylane picked up a War Axe?
Yeah.
Huh.
What do Barretts usually go, right?
Brute force, you know, more tanky items, but this just means she wants to put the pedal to the metal. She's stepping on it.
That's what I was thinking. Whoa, flicker already used by Livin.
Sa a little too deep, gets pulled back. Livin pops the gush, cancels it just as quickly. Daisy against 3. Rafa goes down. Sa finds her. Meylane secures the turtle. The Revitalize will not keep them up long enough. That's popped by Minun, saves them. Now Minun versus Sa. Sa backs off, and it looks like they're going to continue to starve Virtus.pro. These Grizzlies, these white Grizzlies are hungry.
Daisy was hungry, man. She just jumped in and kept Virtus.pro busy for how long?
She jumped in without a flicker. That was all just her kit.
That was just the bravest fighter, man. She knew what she had to do, and that bought so much space for Virtus.pro off that. They're actually going to get a tier 1 turret down bot too. And again, just playing the map, playing to their strengths. Maybe that's also why the War Axe.
These polar bears are on thin ice.
Yeah.
After every major objective, sure, they got a trade, but it's now 2,000, Joseph. It's 2,000 and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot at this point in the game. So, she'll be just fine. That's what the Kagura does really well. Gets out of situations just like that.
It's a free cleanse.
Yeah.
You're relatively mobile. You can burst if you want to. Sam might be onto something.
Again, I want to see if this Kagura picks up more. I want that flexibility in the mid lane, man. I'm sure at some point in the day we'll see the Eve picked up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at Minun.
Oh, look at Minun.
Comes in, just crosses over casually.
Just says hi.
Yep.
Knows you're not going to be able to catch.
It's a dangerous position, though. What if she did that and hung out there in time for the turtle?
That's true.
Now, maybe Twisted Mind's going to pick up on that.
But that's the thing, too. She has a Purify. Kyle's going to be fine, you know?
I guess.
Look at this. Just forcing Miss Meow back. The rest of the VP out of the turtle pit. I mean, they still have plenty of time for this to come up. I think one of the missing components here, Leo, is for Livin's positioning on the board. It's exactly what I was worried about in the draft.
Which is made all the more worse by the fact that Virtus.pro does not have a traditional front to back.
Yeah.
Their formation is wherever Miss Meow can take it, where Minun lands a solid taunt and AOG, where Rafa can find the full combo. And this is an XP lane win. I don't expect it to build full tank. Livin here, down to a 10th of her health, very low. AOG defensively used. They find her, but the revitalized keeps Livin alive. Miss Meow pushes back Twisted Minds. They save their skin, taking Cow on the way out.
I am so surprised Livin lived there. Like, she survived, and I think Cow's just like, you know, I want to go for this. This is my moment. And she got stopped in her tracks.
Revitalized diff.
Yeah.
They pressed the winds too quickly, and they couldn't close the gap, deal the damage when it was necessary.
Yeah. You see that too. Minun picked up an early. I feel like this is an early Guardian Helm to deal with some of that kind of burst, and you know that she's just going to be in the whim of it.
Yeah, the damage is a little too spread out. Twisted Minds, if I could say, oh, wait, look at this. Full combo on Saw, didn't even get the cleanse. Oh, I guess she did hold that brush a little too boldly, but I was saying, as the Gatot, I get why. Because look, physical, magic, true, it's a little too spread out, so she's just like, what if I just get HP?
Yeah. Might be the best case scenario too. Again, it's it looks like Virtus.pro, they are gonna have to slowly crawl back into this game. You're talking about a 3,000 lead up to this point. It might not be anything too big in the grand scheme of things, but right now, at least leading into that first Lord, it is gonna make a difference here for Twisted Minds. Gush thrown out. Livin just isn't there yet to be able to go ahead and actually pump out this damage on the Barretts, for example. But maybe if she's able to go ahead and catch someone else out. That's, again, one of the hard things to do is because you have a Matilda across from you, the mobility aspect of Twisted's lineup is just that much better, right? Whereas Virtus.pro, on the other hand, they're either going to try to surprise someone with a Guinevere. Maybe eventually Lunar can land that spear that's going to change the course of a team fight, but that's going to happen later than now, you know, for this first Lord.
And I think later to now is the major problem for Virtus.pro. Is because if we don't find the formation that we need to be able to get the most out of that Gush later, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Same question for that Moskov. Same question for Rafa's Guinevere. Because Twisted Minds, they're living in the now. They're going for the Lord here. Less than half health. Daisy and Chincha putting up quite a wall. Cow in the back line. Interesting how this Matilda's being positioned. Rafa comes in. AOG moves them all out. Quick, heavy spin. Throwing it out. Miss Meow. Didn't even need the retribution. In comes the rest of them. Lunar presses it. Finds Minun very low. Melee. Dropping that missile expert. Gets knocked up by the Requiem. Miss Meow finds her. Now Daisy. Onto Lunar. 2 for none. Free Lord. Virtus.pro. Where'd that come from?
Twisted Minds got twisted up there for that Lord. They were really, really low HP for Melee on to try to go ahead and secure the Lord, and then it came down to some retributions that didn't end up happening the way they needed, so Virtus.pro end up with a big shift here. Look at this replay, right? They go great, kind of zone out But Miss Meow ends up getting this Lord, and then they're out of the firepower. Saw's gone too after she used the ultimate, and then things just fell apart. They weren't really in the fighting position they needed to, and then Chinchao, of course, she just had to disengage from that because everybody had already started to die around her.
Okay, we may have just seen worst case scenario for Twisted Minds.
Yeah.
When you have the one-on-one situations down lock, but the rest of your team, especially the cores, aren't in a position, that's it. Great pull out by Kao, saving Chinchao. And this is scarier. Think that Chinchao doesn't have a Purify.
Yeah.
What's Twisted Minds play? Like, how do they regain the map? How do they, you know, find the potential snowball that they were already working with in the first 5 minutes?
I think this is where you have to start to go ahead and lean towards Chinchao, man. You know, once she's got the items, the itemization that she needs, where she's got the Trinity. Oh, they're going to break into a fight
Here
again.
we go, Livin, putting it all on Mei Lane. Lunar very low, massive Requiem once again. Minun gets found out by Chinchao. And Mei Lane just walks it off like it's nothing with about 2 HP. Kao and Chinchao want to finish off Miss Meow. Miss Meow going through walls here. Dashing on through underneath tier 2. She's fine.
Oh, yeah, heals back up. Good enough. But this is exactly what I was saying, man. I think, you know, if you're Twisted, you have to lean towards Chinchao. She has Trinity. I'm not sure if she's going to go into next Malefic Gun.
Yeah, I think.
4th item. Yeah,
I think the gun.
Yep. Brute Force was
important.
picked up too for Mei Lane, so defensiveness is there. She already got Oracle.
What I was expecting. So it's War Axe, Brute Force Oracle. I would have done it. Brute Force Oracle
War Axe, yeah.
But again, it's a new metagame. Barats is a upcoming hero that we might see more often now. I'm impressed though by, again, how Virtus.pro got away with that Lord. I want to see them take advantage. I want to see them, you know, push the tempo here.
I'm wondering too for now at this point in the game, once we get a little bit further, how valuable the Kogura pick will be, because we've already seen it in a couple team fights where it's like Umbrella's thrown out, Yin Yang Overturn is used, and then once that burst is gone, if no one dies, like Livin has survived for the majority of them, then what are you able to do, right? Now, yes, you can use the ultimate once again. Once you collect the umbrella and everything else, you do some decent amount of damage, you know, with the first skill throwing it around, but it's just not the same, for example, as what other traditional mid laners can bring to the table, and I think that's why the Kogura, for example, hasn't been picked up many times, successfully even.
I hear what you're trying to say, Joseph. I'm thinking, if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, you want Sa on Live and Watch.
Yeah,
I think that might be the best thing to do.
Gonna make sure there's Dinkona's welcome.
Circling Eagle answered back, and there you go, Livin cancels the Goshen. Heavy spin by Miss Meow, but look at all the damage dropped by Twisted. Daisy finds Livin. Sa finds sweet revenge on Miss Meow. 2 free kills over to Twisted Minds as they work on the Lord.
You see what happened there? Oh, hold on. Lunar actually chasing. Oh,
point blank SOD. Will Lunar get punished? Minun might actually be the one that gets taken down. Lunar presses the SOD right before it gets expired. Oh, Chinchao takes down Minun. Gets a double. Rafa falls as well. This is no bueno for Virtus.pro. Lunar, the only survivor.
Yeah.
Expect this map to turn blue.
Oh, they're going to push into this base turret. They can't quite end it. Livin's going to be up, so she could just go ahead and clear out this minion wave, but talk about a setup.
Oh!
Chinchao will get out. This is great job, too. I know we probably won't get a peek at it now for the instant replay.
I felt that.
But Daisy did an amazing job. We asked, should Saw be on Livin duty? Well, it was Daisy in that last interchange. And she stuck right to Livin to make sure that that Gush uptime was pretty much canceled.
And it makes sense. It's just much easier for Daisy to run through the old-fashioned way rather than Sa go flank.
Yeah.
And all Sa did there was really deal the damage that would have been set up by the initial crowd control. First, Minun here gets taken down. A second too late on Livin's Gush. Down goes Rafa. Miss Meow follows through. The writing's on the wall. 8K up. Twisted Minds are inside the base. Virtus.pro struggling to defend.
Not sure if they're going to be able to end it just yet, even with 3 members down. They do have a wave in the mid lane. Twisted looking to take out the base turret. Can they end the game?
2 defenders. Circling Eagle spent by Kao. Wave still up. SOD Gush all thrown at the wall. Seeing what sticks, but Twisted Minds ends under 15 minutes. Game 1, match point.